Today I am bringing you pentatonic scale diagrams for the 8th-string guitar. Pentatonic scales are arguably one of the most fundamental scales everybody needs to learn on their instrument, and the creative applications of them are limitless. But for some reason, guitarists always end up playing crap like this. So along with these diagrams, linked down in the description below, I'm going to go over an easy way for you to start spicing up your pentatonic scales and show you how to use them in a way that is more interesting than your conventional methods. So to begin, let's pick a key. Today I'm feeling A major, but you can work on any key that you need extra practice in when you're working on this stuff at home. As a side note, I'm going to be talking about the pentatonics from a major scale perspective. So 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 are going to be the notes of the scale, rather than from a minor scale perspective. Now this is because most every instrumentalist thinks of pentatonics in their major form. It's just because guitarists learn that first minor pentatonic scale shape that we get stuck thinking of them in minor. So if you're really used to doing the minor, you can do a little extra work to convert the major to the minor, but I think it's a good investment to learn how to speak of these from the major perspective. You're going to be able to communicate with other instrumentalists a lot easier. So we have our key, A major. Now most people at this point, if they're asked to improvise or play something over it, would immediately go to the pentatonic scale that is built off of the root, so an A major pentatonic scale. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, it's just not the most interesting sounding. Most of the notes are going to be part of the chord already, right? We have the 1, the 3, and the 5, and the only notes that are not part of the chord are the 2 and the 6. So there are not many tension notes to create interest in our melodies. Everything feels quite stable. So the first way that we can start to change it up and add some color is not to play the pentatonic scale based on the root of the chord, but rather the 5th. So in this case, that would mean playing an E pentatonic scale, because A, B, C sharp, D, E. So I'm just going to show you what that sounds like first off. So the notes in the E pentatonic scale are going to be E, F sharp, G sharp, B, and C sharp. Now over our A, those notes are going to relate as the 5th, the 6th, the major 7th, the 2nd, and the major 3rd. All of those notes together kind of suggest an A major 13 sound. This sound is much brighter, and it contains many more tension notes than our original pentatonic scale that was just based on the root. So we have the 5th and the 3rd, which are part of our chord, but then we have the 6th, the major 7th, and the 2nd as tension notes. So that is the sound that results if we build our pentatonic scale off of the 5th of the chord. If we want an even brighter sound, and to take this concept a little bit further, we can also try building a pentatonic scale off of the 2nd. So again, over A, our 2nd is a B, a whole tone above, and if we build our pentatonic scale off of there, we get this. Okay, so the notes of our B pentatonic scale are going to be B, C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, and G sharp. And related to A, that is the 2nd, the major 3rd, the sharp 11 or sharp 4, the 6 again, and the major 7 again. So now we only have one chord tone, which is that major third, the C sharp, and all the rest of the notes are tension notes. The chord that is suggested by this scale is an A major 13 with a sharp 11. So in summary, building a major pentatonic scale off of the 5th of a key or the 2nd of the key will result in a bit of a brighter and more interesting sound. My favorite way of practicing this is to get out a drone, either by making one or finding one on YouTube, and then just slowly exploring these different scales and sounds over the neck. You can work on them positionally, you can work on them on single strings, or you can just let your hands go wherever they want to, following the sounds and getting used to those tension notes. You can also try doing this in minor keys. So if you have an A minor chord, play the minor pentatonic based on the 5th, so again E, or based off of the 2nd, which would be B minor pentatonic. Try to figure out what notes are in those scales and how they relate to the bass note, like we did with the major pentatonics. What chord are they suggesting, and does it make the sound brighter or darker? You can even try building pentatonics off of the 3rd of a chord, off of the 6th, off of the 7th, the flat 7th, and see if you like those sounds. Where might they be useful, and how are they changing the whole feeling and vibe of the chord underlying? So I hope this is some good food for thought, and there are some fun new ideas for you to explore here. Make sure you check out that PDF down in the description. Download that. You can hold on to that for as long as you want and use it in your own practice. You can support the channel by buying me a coffee down in the description below, or by subscribing here on the YouTube channel. Also, shoot me an email if you're interested in lessons. I would love to chat with you and see if I would be able to help you out on your guitar journey. So wherever you may be in the world, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, happy practicing.